Hey yo, how you doing? It's your girl Emma D out here thinking thoughts about things. Today I would like to sit and talk with y'all about thoughts. Thinking thoughts. And how beautiful it is that we get to think thoughts. We are sentient, we get action and ability. But with that gift is the curse of thoughts. What are thoughts really, and how do we interact with them? So I kind of want to break down, like, let's think thoughts about thoughts. What do you guys think? So let's think the thoughts about thoughts. So where do we start with this conversation? Like, some people believe they are their thoughts, right? That if they think bad, they are bad. I don't believe that, because I think crazy thoughts. Like, my thoughts, I think it's been called an outside of the box thinker, like I think, and that's true. Mostly because I don't have a box. Like, I didn't build a box. Also, disclaimer, I'm ADHD, so if that resonates with you, I don't know, but I don't, which is great, because like I do magic, like I make magic happen, because I don't see restraints on my thought. I can also go very deep, dark places, because I have no restraints on my thought. So that's kind of scary, right? And I didn't really know how to use my brain for a long time properly. Like, very intelligent, but I didn't know what that meant. I thought we should talk about that, and especially because I got a lot of male viewers, I want to like make sure that we can get on a page about what I think's going on here. So yeah, like, some people think they have good conscious, bad conscious, devil, angel, proverbial, and that's like good and evil, maybe, and that they're pulled one way or another. And I don't believe that. I don't believe that at all. I think that your brain is it's your CPU, and mine's a pretty amazing one. So like it's just giving you pros and cons, right? All day long, like just lists of things, and that you can conceive it as an angel or a devil or whatever you want. But really all it is taking all of its known and past information, compiling it, and then giving you two possible, like, if you do it, if you don't, it's just pros and cons list, right? Angel, devil, whatever, what have you. And that's all that's really going on there. So like, you can't be your thoughts, right? Because you're kind of your actions. So that can't really matter. Like, it's you're weighing it, but it's the decision making that really comes down to, what you do with that weighed information. So, I mean, if those things are computing within you, then, I don't know, think on that for a bit, because, like I said, that computing, basic computing, would be done from all known information sources. And then if you compile that with, like, I don't know, algorithmic content curation, or what they would call, like, what's the term? What's the bias? Confirmation bias. There you go. It's the same thing, because realistically, what you want in the world, what you look for, because like if you Google for socks, then all of a sudden they're going to show you like every manufacturer's socks and all the cool things that all of the different socks do. But brains also do the same thing, because if you understand like how an algorithm works, then you start understanding some individual things, maybe about your own personal thinking patterns, or things I've overcome in my thinking patterns, because basic algorithms don't really conceive like or dislike. I don't know if you know that, but I'm gonna school you on this, because now that I have to make content every once in a blue moon or something, I've learned this. Algorithms don't, you can thumbs down and you can like be very mad about something. It's not what an algorithm reads. The algorithm reads that you interacted with it. If you watch a whole video and leave a comment and thumbs down it, it's like 3 huge interactions That's why it's going to feed you a bunch more of that content. Because the algorithm doesn't care if you're pro or con. It just cares that it got your attention. Sound familiar? It's like the universe. I don't know. So, algorithmic content curation is pretty much exactly what your brain's doing. The things you give the most attention to, it's going to feed you a lot more of. And if the things you allow your attention to go to happen to be negative, I mean, that doesn't at all mean that you're bad. Or, like, hear me on this right now. If you are stuck in any kind of spirals and loops and brain fogs, fear, shame, guilt, self-doubt, all that nonsense BS coding, that is literally, that's all that is that's nonsense BS coding. None of that actually exists. All fake. Not real at all. Don't even play with that nonsense. The only reason it's handing it to you, and a lot of people get like lost on this, because like, why would my brain give me this stuff on a spiral? Why would I get negative thoughts on a spiral? I must be a bad person. No, you live in a world that fed you fear, shame, guilt, to the point that your emotions had to raise to interact with those things being fed to you regularly. So you had to start seeking them out. And then those are the things that got your attention. So it's feeding it to you. Your brain is it's not against you. Your brain is not against you at all. But it's a really, really good computer. And it's giving you what it thinks you want. Think about it. What happens when you start searching new stuff in your life? Or, think about one thing that goes a certain direction. Algorithms can change very fast. If you start looking a new direction, the whole algorithm will start feeding you new, interesting content. And your brain does the exact same thing. So if the thoughts you're getting fed are just, a culmination of your Google searches, which it really feels like it, that's obvious, right? It's all that's all Google is too. It's all known history. So it's all history. It's whatever information you have in the past and reacting on that information and then feeding you information based on some perceived outlook, expectation, something like that. And then you make decisions based on that. That's just basic computing. Your brain's just curating your thoughts. Do you know how to, change faulty coding? I'm just saying, because thoughts really are just your own searches. And searching for whatever you want. I know it sounds cheesy to, do the whole, only look for positive stuff. And maybe it didn't actually hit you when someone was like, just have a good outlook. Just look positive about it. How do you do that? What I am going to tell you is, if you understand algorithmic content curation, that might take a different spin for you. Because you might understand that, in fact, what's going on is, if you do find a way to stop at the ocean and sit with the trees and find calm in other places, things, thoughts, feelings, beliefs, all that stuff, you might find there's a lot more of it than you believed. This is it's a beautiful world once you get out of the fog. And if you're brave enough to look at your own search history and why your algorithms are bringing up what they are, and see it exactly as that. Get yourself detached from your thoughts. They are not you. Please hear me out. If we haven't gotten the point at this juncture in the conversation, surprise, plot twist, your brain's the computer, computes the information for your body to act out, because you're the user. Just if that's what's going on here. You're the user of the brain. It's not you. It's your system. And nothing is wrong with you, the user, if your system has a virus. No, that's not. Nothing is wrong with you, the user, if there was an error in script somewhere. Nothing is wrong with you, the user, if you need a system upgrade. Like, that's not. So, step one, get away from this being you and start looking at like how your computer's running. And just, I don't know, do you need to run a disk defrag real quick? You need to clean up your C drive? What do you got to do? Like, stop, detach, because that's how you really can start cleaning out what's going on here. It's just got, got some code that's running a little funky. I can teach you how to do that. That's a whole feeling thing. It has to do with how all the pieces work together, how the user like interfaces and the system protocols, how you gotta, that's a lot of work. I think the first step here is for us to get to the point of actually understanding how it is we interact with our thoughts and what we get to use them for, because they're mighty, yes. You can direct your universe by where you direct your thoughts, but you got to detach enough, like, to understand how you do that and what that really like means on a day-to-day basis. That can be difficult to do, because like I said, that fear, shame, guilt thing, like, that's pretty deeply ingrained in the human psyche at this point, and the amount of collective healing that needs to be done. The problem is when your body is constantly in fight or flight, it can never heal, and that's how you're able to get to the point where you run code scans, viral scans, and start snipping away at all those little things that you didn't realize were lurking, on the little Trojans in your scripts. But you gotta, like, you can't be fighting the war while you're doing that. You gotta reset your system. Like, that's the problem. So you gotta figure out how to step back from interaction, from using your system, your computer, your brain, from using it enough to reboot it. And that's scary as hell. And there's a lot of stuff, like, so a lot of us get stuck on like the wheel of thought. I know I was really good at that, the whole just perpetual spinning. And what I've come to discover is that's literally most likely going on because you are in the group of what would most likely be referred to as neurodivergent individuals. Which means a number of things. Like, you have an amazing CPU, probably all the ROM in the world, which you came in with a whole lot of information, but your RAM is for shit. Short-term, like, there is the conversion, that's just, oops. Hey, you can't have everything. We all got to figure out what's going on with our own systems. I know that's one of my computing problems, and like, I try and, make up for it where I can, and I accept that. I mean, whatever, I got a next-gen CPU. If I can't keep up with all the things in between, not everything can convert. We can't keep everything. Short-term can't hold it all. Sorry. I do what I can. I've tried to upgrade my RAM over time. Still working on it. I don't know. But figure out how your system works. Stop judging yourself for thoughts and just understand where you're lacking, where you could make up for it. Because the other, like, really cool thing is that nothing is actually, like, just a loss. Like, yes, I lack RAM. It also means that it's really hard for me to make patterns, for me to run like new, not that I don't do bad things and get stuck in repetition, but that my ability to actually download and integrate new software, I can at choice do some of those things, and like, I can walk away. That's an ADHD trait, is that we don't really, I have an addictive personality type, and I'm habitual, but I can trade my habituation easily. It can be working out or smoking cigarettes, can be, whatever. Like, it's not a specific thing. I'm just dopamine seeking, right? I'm addicted. So you can kind of flitter away in and out of all kinds of interesting things. And that's, that's part of certain people's computing abilities. It also means that you got a lot of windows that stay on open and just spinning. And like I said, the ones that get your attention the most, those are the ones that spin generally the hardest, the loudest. That's the one that's getting flashed like the 500 screens. It's just in the virus. Some of you, like, I aged myself there, but that's the thing that used to happen. You know, when you get those ones, it's just because that thing was the one that got your attention the most. Some of you probably didn't need to pay attention to and cut out or figure out how to address that particular script that is not benefiting you, and it's slowing your computing down. Thoughts. So yeah, that's pretty much what I think thoughts are. And this is just, it's what Google spits out. I mean, think on it, because I'm pretty sure that's what your thoughts are. That's why you Google the most random stuff. I think about all kinds of things. You guys know that. I mean, shit. We're thinking about thoughts. I don't know. I am a firm believer that if we start understanding, like, how we think, just basically, you know, start doing something about it, because really, your thoughts don't control you, and it's not that hard to shut down the spinning one. You just have to fully recognize and embrace you're the user. A lot of us didn't understand that, and are coming around to understanding that, or itching to figure out what all that really means and how you live within your system and what are all but until, like, you really fully embrace that it's because you're not this, like, you're not those things. Those are tools that you get because you got avatar, you got this body, and you got this brain to help it navigate through the lens that is. And since we're really getting into the virtual reality world, you guys can comprehend what I'm telling you right now. But your brain's a computer. Just figure out what your software is. You're gonna have a lot of really interesting stuff to work on, but like step one, I'm gonna advise, if you're gonna go down the path of actually trying to reprogram yourself, fully with everything, embrace that nothing about you, the user, is flawed in any way, shape, or form. In fact, all of this is about getting your vessel back into alignment to be fully operable at its peak condition, because we can rebuild these. That's why they're whatever. Anyways, but yeah, step one, detach. That's how you actually get to yourself. Ironic, I know, but understand that the first step is, and it makes everything so much easier if you just forgive yourself for any of the crap that you're holding, because it's the illusion of it being you, that it's not you. If you literally, all the things, the fear, the shame, the guilt, all of the things that you harbor, the resentments, literally all of it, if you stop thinking about those as being you or your traits, and go, those are codes, they're faulty codes that got ran on my system, shit. It makes it all. Half the people on my list here are creating cryptocurrencies, writing code for something. Y'all know what's going on. You know, biohack yourselves, because that's literally what this is you know exactly how that is. And when you find a faulty code, you don't sit there and go, oh, someone give me this a bad code. No, I'm just lost. Let me go find that, hunt that down. I got software, I got spyware, I got people, I got hacky hacks, I got defraggers. Let's do this. Like, you don't stop and just be all sad that you got a virus. You just go mac that shit and keep going, because it's not you. Your virus isn't you. Bad codes aren't you. You just gotta snip it and go. So, I love y'all. I don't know if this resonates. Like it, subscribe, all those things I'm supposed to tell you to do. We can talk more about some of this stuff. And, you know, sit and chill and vibe at the ocean. But I hope you guys have been good. And I hope all is well in the world. And, stay up. We will chat soon. So, yeah. One love. Thinking thoughts about thoughts. And thinking all the thoughts about sending love to all of you. So, let's reprogram. Make this place a better world. One brain computer at a time. Emma D out.